directing your attention to what's been marked as Exhibit 183. What observations did you make of this carpet while it was being unrolled?
I observed the same types of red-brown stains on the carpet. There were also more areas of clotted blood, and there were also areas with white, clumpy, powdery substance.
What is the ruler next to?
Just above the ruler, you can see a metal item that has a loop on one side. It appeared to me to be some sort of jewelry charm without a chain attached.
Doctor, is this the photographing of the piece of metal that you spoke of?
Yes. There was an engraving of Gucci on one side.
When did you first learn that Anna Walshe was missing?
January 4th.
And how were you alerted that Miss Walshe was missing?
A coworker came over to let me know that her husband had called the crossing team looking for her. I said, you know, I'll reach out to him. Do you have a phone number?
Now, he said he was looking for it. Did he say why he was looking for her in Washington?
Yes. He had said that there was a building emergency that she was called back for.
Were there any building emergencies in Washington, D.C. for the properties that Anna was managing at this point in time in January of 2023?
In January of 2020, that date?
Well, between January 1st and January 4th of 2023.
I can confirm on January 1st there was not.
Okay.
I'm not sure about second, third, fourth.
So, but there was nothing, there were no emergencies on January 1st?
Correct.
Where did you respond on January 8th of 2023 at approximately 8:52 a.m.?
It was around 8:45 a.m. It was 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway in Cohasset.
So where did you begin your work that day?
I began work in the kitchen area on the first floor.
So what were your observations of the kitchen area?
It was clean overall. When looking through the kitchen, we did find a couple bottles of hydrogen peroxide, as well as a knife in a kitchen cabinet above the refrigerator. The screening test for blood was positive on this blade.
And what was item 7-9?
7-9 was a pair of tin snips. There was no visible staining on the blades, so I did the screening test for blood, and the on the blades was positive.
What was 7-10?
7-10 was a hacksaw. The tests were positive, confirming the presence of blood.
What test did you do on the hammer?
I did the screening test for blood on the hammerhead and face area.
What were the results?
Screening test for blood was positive on the hammer face.